Hey, have you got a sec? Hey, it's Christian. It is Friday. That means it's core day. A great one today, adding a couple of new planks for you, some lovely core work. And I just wanted to fill you in on a mistake I made earlier. Well, not really a mistake, but something that happened. Today's P90X3 workout was CVX, which is cardio with weights. And it does a lot of shoulder stuff. And I think because of the number of pull-ups I had done yesterday, my shoulder was already a bit tender. And of course, throwing those weights around today, I think I've pulled something in here, but not severely. I do have a little bit of soreness. I'm gonna see how it goes. I'm gonna use my power ball that I talked about yesterday to do a little bit of restorative health, and I'm gonna get some stretching in and hopefully haven't done any damage. It's important to take care. It wasn't something that I was lifting too heavy a weight when I was doing it. I just happened to notice all of a sudden one little twist, one little move, and that was it. It's a little bit like if you ever put your back out. You just twist the wrong way and all of a sudden it snap, that's it. So after that happened, I pretty much put the weight down for the rest of the workout. I followed that up with ab ripper today, and there's a couple of moves there that require some shoulder work, and I had to just take it easier. So it's not like I'm stopping the workout because I've reached a point of pain. I've just recognized that it's not an injury. I just need to be careful and modify a little bit. And this could be a word of advice for you as well. You don't necessarily need to stop. If you're injured, absolutely by all means stop working out. But if you just notice a little bit of pain, dial it back a little bit, modify, lower the weights, use a smaller range of motion, do something that you recognize you can still do and get through it. Today's core exercises are 2 plank variations. The first is a side plank. What you want to do is get into a high plank position, your feet spaced apart wide enough that when you roll to one side, they're not stacked on top of each other. When you roll to your side, you want to make sure that your hand is under your elbow, your fingers are nice and spread to help ease the weight load on your wrist, and you're going to turn up, keep your hip up, and you can lift an arm, you can put it on your hip, you can look up to the sky, and you want to hold this position for 15 to 30 seconds. If you can do it for 30, great. And what you're going to do is then flip down and repeat on the other side. Again, keeping your back as straight as possible, keeping that hip up and arm up or on your hip, depending on how it's comfortable for you. When you're done, come back down into standard plank and child's pose if you need a break. Now the second move is a modified extension plank. Instead of starting up in a high plank, I want you to be on your hands and knees. Put your hands under your shoulders, your knees under your hips, and what you're going to do is extend the opposite arm to leg. So your right arm and your left leg, and you're going to reach that arm out, and you're going to keep your back as straight as possible and reach your leg out behind you. Whether you point your toe or you flex your foot, either way, this one's all good. Hold this for 15 to 30 seconds, and then you're going to put your hand and knee back down, and you're going to repeat on the other side, lifting your left arm and your right leg, keeping your head pointed, looking straight ahead. Look down a little bit if it's easier on your neck, but you're going to hold this, and it's key to pull your belly in. This is where you're really going to work it. Pull the belly to your spine, hold it tight, but don't forget to keep breathing. If ever you're holding your breath, you're not doing this right. So 15 to 30 seconds both sides, and repeat those. Remember, you're not gaining from holding these planks for long duration. You can get as much as you can out of them in just 30 seconds per side. So do them a couple of times a day, and that's where it accumulates. Not from one single long hold, but from repeated effort. That's it for today. Have a great weekend. I'll check in with you on Monday. Smile and sweat.
Cook it up like this.